Is Lynn Owen doing her job? If you're stumbling across this video, then chances are you know the answer is that she's not. Now, the first order of business is to determine who Lynn Owen is. She's not a household name, or at least not yet. Or not at least in circles who don't pay very close attention to politics. Lynn Owen is an appointee of Governor Jerry Brown. This is relevant in that a lot of people think that it's only Republicans who are bad. But Lynn Owen is a great example of how Democrats are screwing us just as badly. Lynn Owen was appointed in 2011 as Commissioner of Corporations, which became the Department of Business Oversight in 2013. She immediately took on the role of Commissioner. Let me tell you how I came upon knowing who Lynn Owen is. On March 30th, 2017, I received a letter that went something like this. Dear me, your correspondence concerning SPS, Select Portfolio Servicing, was all received by the Consumer Service Office of the California Department of Business Oversight on March 24, 2017. This matter was addressed previously as Complaint 20933. No violations of California Residential Mortgage Lending Act were found, and the licensee's response was deemed appropriate. You have indicated in this recent submission that you are preparing for litigation. We suggest that you pursue this course of action. Thank you for your correspondence. They suggest that I pursue litigation rather than doing their job. I was directed to the Department of Business Oversight by the Office of the Currency Comptroller. Further, the complaint referenced in this letter, which was about 6 months earlier, was never dealt with to my knowledge. No one ever called to ask me what evidence I have. No one sent me a letter asking me to submit evidence. I believe they simply took the word of my loan servicer. On its surface, the DBO's statements are false. In addition, they reference only one law, CRMLA. However, their scope is much greater than one law. After I received this letter, I contacted the Department of Business Oversight and asked why they had determined so quickly that there were no violations. The representative told me that it was because they recognized immediately that there was nothing new in this complaint from the previous complaint. Well, this outraged me because this was an entirely new complaint based on an abundance of new evidence that my mortgage servicer and alleged owner on my deed and trust were engaging in egregious fraud against me, and I'm assuming others, perhaps you. I'm referring to Select Portfolio Servicing, one of the largest mortgage servicing companies in the United States, who has already been shut down by the authorities once when it was called Fairbanks Capital. Now, Select Portfolio Services have filed no less than 5 fraudulent documents regarding my property with the County Recorder's Office, right here in Los Angeles. In addition, they have consistently refused to abide by California laws and federal laws protecting homeowners. Now, SPS is handling the mortgage allegedly on behalf of Deutsche Bank and something called a WAMU pass-through account. Most of the paperwork has some sort of reference to JP Chase, who is the alleged owner of the loan. However, upon researching the chain of title, none of these people own my loan. The documents direct me to the Securities and Exchange Commission, who hold the pass-through account, which is also known as a security bond. I have a copy of the security in which SPS is stating that my loan exists. Now, interestingly, there is no reference to my loan, nor in fact any loan in California where I reside in this prospectus for this security. Why am I blaming Lynn Owen for all of this? Because she practically oversaw the collapse of Washington Mutual, where loans were allegedly given to JP Chase. However, someone forgot to give them the paperwork. Yes, I'm saying that the person who is overseeing my complaint, as well as every other person who has a complaint about their Washington Mutual or JP Chase loans, was employed by both of those companies at the time where they are accused of perpetrating massive fraud against the American people. And we all know that this is still going on today. It is taking a long time because there are people in power like Lynn Owen who are able to minimize the gravity of the outrageous fraud committed by these companies. These companies who formerly employed her, and it would seem she is probably somehow still benefiting by looking the other way when it comes to complaints regarding them. I do not understand why Governor Brown appointed her almost directly after the housing crisis, which was in part created by her. But I will not stand by and allow her to continue to assist in the cover-up of the activities of J.P. Morgan Chase, Deutsche Bank, Credit Suisse, SPS, and the many other criminal enterprises that she is allowing to defraud the people of California. In addition, as she allows a company like SPS to benefit from their fraudulent activities, she helps them grow stronger, making them able to attack every state in the Union. Ms. Owen, please do your job. I know for a fact that I am not the only complaint against SPS or any servicer involving these entities. As for any unfortunate viewers who have been harmed by any of the entities I've mentioned, please stay tuned for more information on the California Department of Business Oversight and many other players in this shell game. And please be sure to send any information confidentially to dbo@foreclosureconspirators.org. Just the way it sounds, dbo@foreclosureconspirators.org. The more we learn, the more we're able to expose these truly evil people.